to make a quick game, and before we start, I'd like to show you guys what we'll be making or designing for this class. Now this is what we're doing. Now this game, you must have played this game or this type of game in your Google Chrome offline. So this is a prototype of that game, that famous game. So we would like for you guys to be able to design your own game like that of Google Chrome offline game. So we're using Scratch. We are going to try to make a realistic game that looks so much like that of the Google Chrome. So everyone, click new file. So you should have a clean slate like this. So everyone, click on new file. You should have a new file like this. So if you are here now, what we're going to do is delete this icon, the first sprite. Let's delete the first sprite. Let's add two sprites that we're going to use for our jumping game. The first one is the chick. You can move your mouse to find the chick or simply search here. So the chick, this is the chick here, have it here. So I'm going to click the chick to select the chick and go back again. If you've selected the chick, just click once. Once you find the chick, click on the chick to select it. You should have it here, and then go back again and select egg. You can either search for it or simply type here egg, EGG, and then we have it here, and then we select the egg. So two sprites, chick and egg. So select these two sprites. If you've done so, next we want to go to our backdrop and choose the blue sky backdrop. Now this is the one I want to use. You can choose any other backdrop of your choice, but I'm going to be working with the blue sky backdrop using the chick and the egg sprites. Now this part is very important. Now we are going to, using our mouse, I want you to drag and place your two sprites like I'm doing right now. Place one on the edge of the left hand side and place the egg on the right hand side, the very edge of the right hand side. Now because I'm using this blue sky, I want the two sprites to appear to be touching this brown line here. So that's why I'm putting them like this. If you can achieve that for the egg, for the chick, I'm going to keep enough space here. I'm not going to put this one to the extreme end. So place them on the straight line if you can, like this. However, if you cannot, it is also fine. So please place the egg on the edge of the right hand side, and then the sprite, the chick sprite, give it a little bit space from here, because we want the egg when it gets here to be able to stop here, or enough room for the chick to jump. Okay, make sure it is arranged like this. You're about to find out why I left this space here behind the chick. Okay, now we're going to stop here for the chick. The code, we're going to stop here, and then we're going to code for the egg. What we want to achieve right now is to make this egg to be able to glide from here to this other end of the screen, but not just glide once. We want it to continually glide from here, move from point A to B, and while it's doing so, by the end of this game, the egg is going to be gliding under on top of the platform while the chick jumps to avoid touching or colliding with the egg. So do not make the mistake of writing this code now on the chick. So make sure you click on the egg. If you are not sure whether you've clicked on the egg, you can look to this side, the top hand corner of the code area, to make sure that your egg sprite has been selected. Click on the egg sprite, and we're going to go now in 1, 2, go. So we're ready. So back to event, drag and drop when green flag clicked. I'm going to make this bigger. When green flag clicked, when green flag clicked. Next, we want to go to control. Remember, we got when green flag click from events. Click events, and when green flag click is the first icon here, the code here. Drag like this and drop here. Okay. Next, we want to go to control. Forever, drag and drop the forever. See, click, hold, then drag and drop just below the when green flag click block. Okay, if you have done that, next we want to go to motion. Click motion. If you've added when green flag clicked, you've added forever. Next we want to go to motion. Now we're going to drag a block of code called the X. Go to X Y coordinates. Now this X Y coordinates sends a sprite to a particular location and makes that location permanent. For instance, this is point A. We're going to make our sprites, the X sprite, to be able to move from point A to point B. Okay, so I'm going to drag the go to X and Y and place inside the forever. Now, to show you how this works, I'm going to move this egg away from the point where I placed it. Now, when I click the green flag, the egg goes back to the point where I added it. Now, if you've added go to X and Y to test it, you can move the egg away from where you put it. Now, click the green flag. The egg should be able to go back to the first point where it was before you drop this code. So when you move the egg from here, and then you click the green flag, the egg returns to the position. The next step we want to do is, before we drop drag and drop any code, we want to move our egg from point A now. Now move your egg using your mouse, drag the egg to the other end of the screen, still on top of the brown platform, just like this, behind your chick. So move your egg from point A to point B, just behind the chick sprite. Everyone, please do this, maintaining the same line on the platform. Let it be on top of the platform like this. Okay, having done this, you can now drag and drop the glide X and Y coordinate just behind the first go to X and Y coordinates. Now drag and drop. Haven't done this one, drag and drop glide, not glide to random position, but glide to X and Y coordinates. If you say now the two coordinates, the X and Y, are different, it should be, if your X and the glide and go to coordinates are looking the same, that is, you've done it the wrong way. Remember, before I did this, I moved the egg before I added this one, I moved the egg from point A to point B before adding the glide to code. If you've done this correctly and click the green flag, your egg should be able to glide continuously from point A to point B, just like this. So this is very important, and then you are able to jump and jump and jump and jump. Okay, so the next thing we want to do now, we are making a prototype of the Google Chrome offline game, where when you do not have a network or you are experiencing bad network, the Google Chrome offline game offers you the same game where the dragon tries to avoid the enemy. So this game is a prototype of that offline Google Chrome game. All right, so you notice that what happens when the obstacle touches the dragon, so the game stops or restarts. All right, so what the next step we're going to add to the game is, whenever the egg touches the chick, that is, if the chick is unable to jump over the egg, we want the game to stop. Right now, if the egg touches the chick, nothing happens. But when we add the next code now, whenever the egg touches the chick, that is, if the chick is unable to jump over the egg, the game is simply going to stop. Right now, the egg is just passing as if the chick is invisible. So we are going to make that stop right now. Okay, so next I want us to go to, okay, let's use the chick. So make space for a new set of blocks of code. So I'm going to drag, see the way I drag from the first one, from where space key press, drag this and keep it outside, because we're going to be using this other space here for another set of code. Okay, drag this one and keep space, let there be enough room here. Drag from the first code here, and if you have made mistake, you can always rearrange them. So if you are here with me, I'm going to go to event, drag when green flag clicks. Remember, I made space, I dragged this one here so that I do not put the new set of code on top of each other. That's why I drag this one and move it out of the way. So simply drag this and keep at one corner, on one side of the screen, so that we have enough room here for our new set of code. So first I'm going to event, drag when green flag clicked. Next we want to go back to control. Drag if then, this if then, okay. If then, drag the if then. Now I'm going to go to sensing. Oh, before I go to sensing, I'd like for us to go to use the forever so that the code before the code. Let's click on forever, drag forever, and place inside the if then. So the first step, we drag and drop the when green flag clicks, then forever, and then if then off from the control. We only use the event and control code buckets. Okay, so next we want to go to sensing. Click on sensing. We're going to drag at the first block here, which is called touching mouse pointer. We're going to drag this one and place enter and bring it. See, when you bring it close to if then, your see space here, it should turn white. Once it turns white, you can then let go and then it will fit perfectly inside. So if it doesn't enter, bring it close enough to the space and then it would highlight this white color, indicating that it is ready to fit in there. So if your own doesn't work, take it out again, bring it close to the shape of the if then, between if and then, just bring it. Once it's highlighting white color, then it's able to be fitted inside. You shouldn't struggle with this at all. So once you place this inside, click on mouse pointer and change from mouse pointer. Now, if touching, we are coding from the egg, the chick, remember. So if the chick touching the egg, if touching egg, what do we want to do? So we have if touching egg, if touching egg. Now go to control, go back to control, move your mouse down. We're going to have stop all. So we're going to drag and drop stop all. So if you've done this correctly, when you click the green flag and the egg glides towards the chick, when it gets to the chick and touches the chick, it will stop moving. Because our code here says if touching egg, stop all. That is, stop everything. The whole game should come to a stop. So again, click your green flag. If it gets to the chick, it should stop. Do not try to jump. Let's just test that it is stopping first. If you are watching my screen, you will notice that whenever I click the green flag and then the egg gets to the chick, it stops. I'm able to jump now. I'm avoiding the egg by jumping over it as many times as possible. In this class, you see, I'm still jumping over it. It's not touching me. Nope. Can't touch me. Can't touch me. Nope. I could go on forever. I know if I, alright. So now it is game over. However, it is stopped now. I want to make this more fun. So whenever the game stops, I want to have a banner that says game over. We're going to be adding the game over backdrop. That's one. We're going to be adding score to the game. So whenever you jump over the egg, there's a score allocated to you. So you have 1, 2, 3, as many times as you can jump. And then lastly, we're going to add a time variable where we're going to set a time. Say in 1 minute, how many times are you able to jump over the egg and what is going to be your total score? That's going to be our end product of this game. First, we're going to go and design our backdrop that I'm going to use as a game over. So first, now I'm going to click, you see this corner here, everyone. See this corner here, we see backdrop here. I want you all to click on this backdrop. Everyone, please look, if you can see my mouse. So here, we're going to click this space here that displays a preview of our backdrop. Click here. I haven't clicked it yet, but please click here. Make sure your mouse is here. I'm going to click here now. Okay, so if you see this middle here, the coding area has changed. The preview of the sprite has moved from sprite to backdrop. This is the preview of my backdrop. It's no longer an egg or a chick sprite. This is the preview of my backdrop. This is to show you that I am now in the backdrop segment. Okay, in the backdrop section. I'm not coding for the sprites. And see, when I click the chick, see, this is the chick menu. It's showing chick. When I click the egg, it shows here that it's the egg. Now I'm clicking on the backdrop. This shows that I'm already on the backdrop screen and I'm ready to do whatever code I want to add to this game on the backdrop. But we are not adding code just yet. We are coming back to this later. But for now, we have code, backdrops, and sounds. If you can see this now, we are going to be using the second icon here, which is backdrop. Click on backdrops. So moving on, I'm going to see to click on backdrop 1. Everyone click on backdrop 1. Okay, so what we're going to do is click on backdrop 1 and change the.
My backdrop is not showing.
Click on this backdrop from here. Click here, and then you're going to see code, backdrops, sounds. Click on backdrop. You should have the same backdrops. All right. So click on backdrop. So you should have backdrop 1. That is the default one, and then the blue sky that you selected. So everyone click on backdrop 1. Change the costume. The name we have backdrop 1. Change this costume backdrop 1 to game over. Change it to game over. Delete the backdrop 1 that's there. Change it to game over. Next, we're going to click on this field. You see, this field is to change the color. You can use any color of your choice for your background, for your backdrop. So for me, I'm going to use, you can move it left to right to select the color you want to use, whichever one you want to use. So you can select any color of your choice by moving either left to right to choose the color of your choice. Okay, so I'm going to select the red color as my primary color. So once you've selected any color of your choice, okay, now I want us to click on rectangle. Click on rectangle. Now, this is very important now. Place your mouse on this edge here. See this space where I'm clicking my mouse? I want your mouse to be here. Everyone, please place your mouse here. This is the easiest way to do this. Place your mouse here on this top left corner of the white space. Just like if we drag and drop our code, we are going to click here, click and hold. Everyone, click and hold. Now start dragging down like this and then to the right and cover this entire white space. This see now, and then let go. The entire screen should be, depending on the color. Mine is now red. But if you have not done this, maybe you let it go at some point. You can also hold the edge like this to drag it and drag it like this. But I want your color to cover the entire screen like this. All right, so next we want to click on text and then go back to field to change the color from the previous one. Now select a different color you want for your text. We're about to write game over, so choose a different color from your backdrop choice. If it's blue, make sure you use another color. Because I've used blue, so I'm simply going to select red. Now first click on text and then change the color here and then type anywhere on this screen and simply write game over. All right. Once you've written game over, you might not see it on this side of your screen. Do not worry. Once you're done typing game over, come back to select the first icon here called select, the one that looks like your mouse pointer. Click on it, it's called select. Okay, and then just like we adjusted the rectangle earlier, reshape your game over text. You can then make it as big as you want. Now drag it and put in the middle of your screen. Now you can see mine showing game over, boldly written here. And then lastly, if you do want, you can change how your text should look from click on text, and then you will see some option to change your fonts. I'm going to leave mine as pixel. Okay, so now I'm going back to my code. I'm done from the backdrop. I'm going back to my code to where we use the stop over. Some of you use this code for the egg, no problem. So where we have if touching egg, stop all. This is where we are going to be adding our code. So everyone, please be ready. This is where we're going to add the code to switch backdrops to game over backdrop. All right, so in this green flag, when green flag clicks forever, if touching egg, stop all. First thing, we're going to go to looks. Now everyone, let's start. Go to looks, click on looks. Now we're going to pick switch backdrop. By default, we're going to have switch backdrop to backdrop 1. Okay, now drag this switch backdrop and place under when green flag clicks. Not inside forever, just below when green flag clicks. Now click here and select blue sky. So we have when green flag clicks, switch backdrop to blue sky. Again, when green flag clicks, switch backdrop to blue sky. This simply means that whenever the game starts, we want the game to always start with this blue sky backdrop, not the game over backdrop. So we are not using the game over backdrop to start our game. Rather, we are always starting our game whenever we click the green flag on the blue sky backdrop. Next, again, we're going to drag and drop the switch backdrop and then place it inside stop all. If touching egg, before stop all, not under stop all, rather on top of stop all, inside the if then. Switch backdrop to backdrop 1. I didn't change my backdrop name to game over, so I didn't change this to game over. That's why it's still showing backdrop 1. So if you didn't change your own, that's also fine. So now let's go back to the code. So if you didn't change your own to game over, it's going to be showing you backdrop 1. But however, it's important you change it to game over so that you can always refer to it game over. So if you have done this, now when I click green flag, you see when it touches the egg, the chick, it changes to okay. All right, that's what's going on here. Okay, and then when it touches it, it changes to game over. So this is what I want to do for the chick. Notice that whenever the egg comes and maybe the chick is attempting to take off, and then for instance the chick is stuck here, when we start the game, the chick still continues from here. He doesn't go down. So I don't want this to continue to happen. What I want to do is whenever we restart the game, I want the chick to always go back here. Whenever the egg goes back here, I want the chick also to come back to this particular position. Okay, so that's where the next code we are adding is going to work for. So everyone, click on chick. Make sure your chick is standing on the platform the way you want it to be. Remember, we already did this before, where you should place your chick where the egg will be able to pass under as well. But we are focusing on the chick. Okay, so everyone, click on the chick. Place it where you want it to be on the platform, place it correctly. And then on this code here where we have switch backdrop to blue sky, we're going to go to motion, drag and drop this same go to X and Y coordinates we did for the egg, drag it and place it. When green flag clicks, go to X and Y coordinates. This is for the chick. So this would prevent the chick from remaining on top like this. when the egg comes like this and catches it or touches it like this, when we start the game now, that will never happen again. So for instance, if I click the green flag now, see, so all right, so if I click the green flag, the chick and the egg go back to where they're supposed to now. Exactly, this is what I'm talking about. Before, when this happens, if we restart the game, the chick is going to continue from here, but now that will no longer happen. Exactly like this. So guys, this is where we come to the end of today. I want to thank you guys for staying up with me. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and bye bye.